Hello everybody, it's Philippe Browse here and a huge warm welcome to my channel. On this channel I help people get better at dance and I specialise in West Coast swing and solo dance with influences in other styles like hip hop, contemporary, ballet, dancehall and house and so on. And in today's video we're going to be looking at one of the most famous moves in West Coast swing, one of the basics, and it's the whip. And the whip is, I would say, the hardest of the 5 basics. So with that in mind, let's jump into it. Fabulous. So we're going to look at the whip from the perspective of our leaders and followers. So first of all, we're going to look into the 8 counts of the whip. So rather than our normal walk, walk, triple step, we're now going to add an extra walk, walk in the middle. So as a leader, it will be walk, walk, triple step, and a walk, walk, triple step. And as a follower, that will be walk, walk, triple step, and a walk, walk, triple step. So of course it's not all about the footwork in West Coast swing, but I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing for our footwork. And so leaders, what we're going to start off with first is to step back on 1, and then I like to close the foot in and step forwards on 2. As I'm doing that, I like to do a little lead that's going to make the follower rotate. Some people call this a J lead. There's lots of different ways to do this, but for now let's just do it. Imagine we're drawing a J. I know there's pros and cons of the J lead, but let's try that for now. So as we're doing our backwards on 1 and forwards on 2, we're doing that J lead to start our follower rotating. Now I'm going to do my 3 and 4 like this. So it's going to be 3 and as I'm doing that, I'm catching the follower on their back and I'm allowing them nice gooey feeling to move their back. Their lats are in this hand and it's going backwards, and I'm allowing that to happen. It feels lovely. So putting that together, it's going to be under 1, under 2, 3 and. Sometimes I like to keep the foot crossing behind as I do 3 and. Some people like to come more forward here. 3 and can add a nice contra body position. So contra body is where your feet are going one way and the body's going the other, like that. A nice hook step behind. So once again, like this is going to be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and we're going to step across the slot on 4, and then as we put the weight on that foot, that's what's going to bring start to redirect our follower the other direction. So I'm going on 4 and then I'm going to rotate around, like this. We're just going to get the follower, they've already started moving on 4, and as they're moving, we're going to add that rotation into them as well to whip them around. That's why it's called the whip. So I'm coming here on 4. As I do that, I like to bring my elbow in, which also helps add that turn for the follower. And also, I'm going to look the way I'm going, which is going to help bring the rest of the body around, like this. Once again, it's going to be under 1, and a 2, 3, and a 4, coming around 4, 5, 6, and then 7, and 8, and a 1, and a 2, 3, and a 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If I move too far forward, it means the follower has to travel further back to get to from point A to B. So I like to keep it fairly small, unless I'm playing around, of course, and adding extra dimensions to my swing. Followers, are you ready? So followers, so you're here ready to begin, and then I'm coming forwards on a 1. Now the J lead is going to make your body turn like this. As you can see what I did there, I did a pivot step, which I've covered in one of my videos before, which I may link in a card above. And so what that means is, some people will step forwards on 1, and then they'll start turning here, and they go a bit pigeon-toed, which is not the nicest look in the world. So what I like to say is that I've gone forwards on 1, I bring this foot in as I pivot and then step back on 2, then we're going to go 3, and you're going to wait, place that foot, wait for the lead to lead you. If you put the weight on it already too soon, then you've gone ahead of the lead. So, believe it or not. So I wait for the lead, your leader brings you forward on 4, and then I whip me around for 5, 6, and a 7, and a 8. So again, it's under 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and a 5, 6, 7, and 8. Great, so also when you feel the leader's hand on your back, we can place the elbow around and down, create a nice connection. You might put a bit of pressure as well as the leader has their hand on your lats there. And also the pivot step. We also do that coming out of the whip as well to stop ourselves from going pigeon-toed. So I'll just show you from this side. And a 1, 2, 3, and a 4. So rather than reaching around like this, and having this not very nice look. We've gone 3 and 4, and look at that, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now as a little additional bonus as well, followers, you can add a little angle if you want to, be under rotated, and then rotate on your anchor step, and that's going to look like this. So we're going to go, and a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, 5, 6. I'm under rotated here, and then I'm going to open up for 7 and 8. Another little juicy bonus for our followers is on that whip, on the 3 and 4, I can play my angles as well. So it's going to look like this. And a 1, 2, here we go. So 3, and then angle here on 4. So rather than coming straight back, which you might do, I'm playing with those angles. Also looks lovely. So leaders, for your tip as well, I'm thinking about following the follow with my face, and then spotting down that line to add that whip action. So 1 and a 2, I'm following them, come down here, smiling at them, and then I'm going to whip my head around, which helps me with the rest of the body catch up and do that whip. So there we are. There's a basic look at the whip. Remember, the rules for the whip is that the followers move from A to B and back to A. So followers, allow that to happen. Don't go ahead of the connection. Use the mechanical advantage of both of you creating that stretch to add more energy rather than doing it by